In this video, I charge my MG ZS EV at an Osprey public rapid charger. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Yeah, it's time for another public charging video. In the last video, I used an Instavolt charger to charge quickly, easily, maybe slightly expensively, but I definitely think it's fair enough for the convenience. And today I'm at an Osprey charger. Now Osprey, they used to be known as Engenie and they rebranded and changed their name for some reason. I'm not sure why. And as always, this video is not sponsored or affiliated with them. They've not asked me to do this. This is just about documenting for you the experience of the reality of owning an EV and having to use public charging to keep yourself on the road, keep yourself going. And as I said in the last video, rapid chargers like these are really about juicing up as quickly as possible, getting back on the road, the kind of thing you'd probably use on a longer journey. You need to charge and keep moving rather than sort of the slow charging, which you can do when you're parked up for a few hours anyway, you know, at work or you're shopping or when your car's on your driveway at home or for whatever reason you'd be using a slower charger, which I think for most people will actually be the most common way they'll charge the car. Osprey, they offer a series of them. They've got a few hundred now, I think, these public rapid chargers. They tend to be 50 kilowatt units. Both types of DC charging, so CCS and CHAdeMO, and they also have an AC point as well, primarily for cars like the Renault Zoe, which can charge reasonably quickly on AC. Most cars like the MG ZS only charge at 6.6 kilowatts on AC, so you wouldn't tend to use that on this unit unless someone was using the DC and you also wanted to give your car a bit of a top up while you're waiting for the charger to become available. They offer multiple methods of payment, contactless being the simplest one. So in my last video I showed you how easy it was to use contactless at an Instavolt charger. It's just as easy here if that's the way you want to do it. But they have just released an app, and I'll talk a bit more about the app and the benefits it gives you. That's how I'm going to pay for this charging session, mostly just to see how well it works. And I'll give you a bit of an introduction into their new offering. And then we talk a little bit more about EV charging apps and memberships on a whole. It's a very controversial subject. It gets some people really worked up. I think a lot of people want to be able to just come, pay contactless, charge as quickly as they can, and be done with it. And like I say, Osprey give you that choice if that's what you want to do. So without further ado, I'm going to load up the app, get connected, get charging, and show you how easy that process is.
If you haven't already, please do click the subscribe button if you like watching my videos and you want to see more. I've reached a record level, over 1,000 subscribers so far, and I think together we can keep that going. There's still a massive percentage of you that are not subscribed that watch my videos, so please do click the subscribe button. It helps me a lot. Thank you.
So we open up the Osprey app. It's available on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store on Android, and it will show you where you are, where the nearest charging point is. So I'm at the charging point at the moment. I select the point. It shows me the available connectors, CCS, CHAdeMO and AC. So we want to use CCS to charge the MG. And it says select charger ID, connect vehicle, then tap start. So we select the charger ID and now I need to connect the car. So let's do that. So now, fairly typically, the charge port covered. Select the CCS connector. Quite difficult one. Go. So that's firmly inserted. We can see at the moment we're connected but not charging. Start charging. You can see it's now initializing. And it looks like we're charging. The car's certainly, yep, shows that it's charging. I'll show you that in a second. And we can see session is active. So this will obviously track how much energy we're receiving. So as you can see, using the app is actually quite a pain-free process. As long as you pick the right charger, plug in, and then you've got enough phone signal to be able to press start in the app and it do its thing. It's quite good. We're charging from a little bit of a higher state of charge this time, at 38% starting. Just looking for a quick top up back to 80%. Might mean it'll be a little bit slower. You tend to get faster charge rates if you start from a lower state of charge, but it doesn't seem too bad. One thing I have noticed is neither the app nor the charger will show me how fast we're charging. So I need to go into the menu in the car to bring up the electrical information on the display, and I can show that in a second, which actually shows the sort of charging rate. We're pulling around sort of 30 kilowatts. It's not great, but it's not terrible either. It's fast enough, you know, it'll get but yeah, a little bit of an omission there that it doesn't show you the rate on the screen or on the app. It could probably have been done fairly easily. But talk a bit more about the app then. A lot of people say, oh, why should I need to sign up for an app or a membership just to use a charger? I don't need to do that when I'm buying petrol. I just turn up, I pay for the service, I get the service, and that's fair enough. I definitely understand that if you you know, you're constantly traveling and you might be using different brands of charging point, having to sign up for them all, having to have different apps, different cards. It is a bit counterproductive. And what I think is good about these is you can pay contactless if you want. So if you have just rocked up here to charge for the first time, and it might not be somewhere you're going to use regularly, you can just pay and be done with it. And the rate, if you do that, is 36 pence per kilowatt hour, so a penny more than Instavolt. We're in the same kind of ballpark. Now, one of the big benefits of the app is that goes down to 31 pence per kilowatt hour, so you save 5 pence. And if you're actually doing regular, you know, decent sized charges, the savings with that are going to be quite considerate. And I've heard that the main reason for that is to do with VAT. If you are signed up as a member, there's different VAT treatment for the electricity you use. Now, I'm not an accountant by any means, and I'm not 100% sure how accurate that information is, but it's quite a few people saying that when asked about why we have all these different apps and memberships, is actually it can be because there's more preferential VAT treatment, as that's how they can offer a cheaper charging rate if you're a member. But I think one of the things that gets me with a lot of these different charging apps is that you need to top up. You need to put credit on your account to then use to charge your car, and you know, prepaying for something. You know, so if you need to put like £10 or £20 on your account, and then your charge costs like £6, and you've got money sitting in there forever that you might never use again. That's my biggest bugbear with them. And I think if it was, you know, for the ones that do that, if there's an alternative payment option, then I'll tend to use it. But what I quite like about Osprey is the way their app is structured is you don't actually put credit on your account. You associate a payment method with it, so a credit or debit card, and they bill you every month for what you've used. So you actually, it's like you have an account with them, and by using the app, it keeps track of what you've used, what's been delivered to you, and then they'll bill you for it. I like that a lot because you're not tying up money in the hope that you might need to use one of their chargers again. It's a much better approach, and I really do like that. I think if you're going to have an app, you're going to offer a membership like that to people, that's a really good way to do it.
Nice.
Okay, so we've been here for almost exactly 40 minutes. We're charged to 80%. Now, given we started at a little bit higher state of charge than the last time, it means this charger has been reasonably slow actually compared with the Instavolt I used the last time, but then charging speeds can be very variable depending on all sorts of factors. Certainly fast enough. So we've added 19.57 kilowatt hours in 40 minutes, and that cost us £6.07 according to the app. So to stop the charge then, rather than actually fiddling with the screen on the unit itself, you press stop charging on the app and confirm that you actually want to stop the charge. And then you can see in the car, again, it goes to saying connected but not charging like it did before, and I can unplug the connector and put it back. So there we are then. That's how simple and easy it is to use a Osprey public rapid charger to charge the MG ZS. Quite impressed with the app, works flawlessly, no problems at all. Obviously you do have the contactless payment available to you should you want it, and there are some other payment options too, which I might go into in a future video. There are various sort of multi-charger network membership schemes starting to appear where you could use the same RFID card to charge at loads of different chargers regardless who the operators are. Quite good if you want to have a sort of centralized way of keeping track of how much you're charging, but then I guess some people say just use your contactless card. But the Osprey app seems good, seems reliable, and now in the app it shows a record of my charging session, a VAT receipt, all that lovely stuff. Especially if you're traveling for business, it's very important to keep track of your expenses. So yeah, I quite like that. It's pretty good. The charger was a little bit slow. Maybe it's just this one unit that I'm at. Maybe the car's having a bit of a lazy day, and I know that certain factors like outside temperature and the state of charge when you start, how warm the battery is, and all that kind of stuff can all impact charging rate. But it's fast enough. It got its topped. I've got well over 120 miles of range now, which is definitely more than enough. It's all right. Yes, I'd like to see it charge a bit faster, but I don't think I can complain too much. It's still pulling it in the region of 30 kilowatts on a 50 kilowatt charger. It's not terrible, not brilliant. What can you do? But that's another video on how easy it is to use public rapid chargers. I would definitely recommend Osprey. I think they're pretty good. Very similar experience in terms of ease of use and stuff to Instavolt. The speed could have been better, but that's really my only criticism. I'll definitely use them again. Thanks very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe if you like what you see and you want to see more. And I'll see you on the next one.